In January of this year, we journeyed far off to California, went to a fancy place, and caught us some cool Taylor guitars, including this 8-string baritone. We're going to tell you all about it, so stick around. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name is Chris McKee.
And I'm Cooper Greenberg.
Good job. We're here with Alamo Music in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to the channel, where have you been? Subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. If you want to support the channel, you can visit our Spring store below for custom swag. You can check out our podcast. You can buy stuff from us, and we accept food gift cards. Did that cover it?
Yeah, Chris, when was the last time you saw a Grand Auditorium baritone 8-string lute spruce top with chocolate burgundy finish on the color and with limba on the back and sides?
3 weeks ago. Sorry.
When was the last time you saw a second one?
Just now, and it's pretty cool we got this. So I saw it the first time because a good friend of ours, Manny, got one of these from us, and he's been ecstatic about it. It's a very, very cool, very unique guitar, and thankfully we got another one for some lucky soul out there. But this is one of the Catch guitars.
Catch 23.
That's right. Catch 23 from Catch 24.
That's Catch 22.
Yeah. So as I said at the onset, back in January, we journeyed to a far-off land. It's really like another country. It's called California. And they have the NAMM show out there. And, if you are from Texas, California is kind of another country.
Yeah. I wish they'd stop coming into my country. Am I right? Just kidding.
Whatever.
I love it there.
He loves it. He actually does love it.
Yeah.
He loves the plastic cups with the paper straws. That's always a classic for me.
And it melts in your margarita.
We had a great time, though. We've told you about the Catch event. It's at this fantastic restaurant. It's really a great event that Taylor puts on. They're wonderful hosts, and they have great guitars. Really unique stuff, and this was one of those. It is one that caught our eye immediately. We were just like, yes, definitely that guitar, because it is so cool and unique. It's a GA.
GA, which you don't see that.
8-string baritone Grand Auditoriums, no, they're usually Grand Symphonies. Mm-hmm. So that's a really cool, unique aspect of it. The finish, the tone woods, and just the rest of the appointments are really killer. You want to walk us through the chocolatey goodness that you have?
Yeah, so the color on the top here, I believe, is called chocolate burgundy.
Scrumptious.
Something to that effect. I was going to call it aubergine. You know what I'm saying?
Is it aubergine or aubergine?
Aubergine was a friend of mine. O.Bergine. Yeah, that color, it looks like how it sounds. It's like a wine red mixed with like a chocolate brown, and it's really pretty. And on a Lutz top, or Lutz, if you nasty, that's one of our favorite underrated, kind of top tone woods. It's a great sound, and then we like Limba. We don't see a ton of it. We got it on a really great factory select, but that is what we got going on here with a nice edge burst, but like that stripe down the middle. It's bound in rosewood, and so you got a rosewood stripe down there. It just plays into the color so well.
It's such a cool, so Black Limba, edge burst, rosewood bound, koa purfling. That is cool. So
very cool.
Listen, at Taylor, whoever was like, let's do that, yeah.
Aaron.
Awesome.
Maybe Aaron. But yeah, so striking top color that you don't see. I've never seen that on a Taylor. I'm sure they've done it maybe some other time, but I've never seen that.
Well, I haven't seen it before, but we're seeing more of this, kind of like the black top, 814s, that kind of thing. But this is changed to match the rest of the guitar aesthetic.
Yeah, really nice. And then, like Chris said, the rosewood binding with the koa stripe around it, and then the purfling up here that's abalone with koa around that, matched on the rosette. I think that they call that Lil Buttons.
Not Lil Buttons. That was a different one. This is spiked oval, mother of pearl koa.
Is that mother of pearl? Or is that abalone?
Or maybe it's abalone.
Because I feel like it's usually mother of pearl or something, but maybe this is, it's catch guitar.
But it is spiked oval.
Yeah, spiked oval. Lil ovals.
It's when you leave your oval and you're not paying attention and it gets spiked.
Yeah. Goto 510 mini guys up there. And when it comes to the baritone 8-string, if you're not familiar, even though Taylor luckily now has the 326 CE baritone 8 readily available, not a limited edition model anymore, which is probably the one limited that they do that I'm like, yes, this needs to be around all the time because everybody loves them. You have an octave string on what would be your D and G string, but since it's a baritone, it's tuned down to B. So this is your A and D string, and you can see right there, which this has nice, is that rosewood or ebony?
I'm pretty sure it's, I think it's ebony.
I don't know, it looks so different than the bridge,
different.
but either way, wood bridge pins, not liquid metal.
No, not liquid
yeah,
metal.
so you have the doubled octave strings in the middle, which is A and D on this guitar, because this is tuned B, E, A, D, F sharp, B, not G, because that would throw off what you got going on, right? So you got it tuned like a normal guitar, but it's down in B, baritone, and with the doubled strings in the middle, it adds a nice little shimmer aspect. I think a baritone 12-string would be way too much, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, do you like a baritone 12-string?
Well, my Leo Kottke is kind of a baritone 12-string.
Well, no, but you're in C-sharp land. That's
Sometimes-
a whole
sometimes
different
it's in
register.
B.
All right. Well,
I've tuned it to B.
I'm not selling Leo Kottke here.
But it's cool. It's
It
cool.
is cool. However, I think the baritone, here's my reason why. The thickness of the strings and the gauge is already something to get used to. And when you have the octaves in the middle, it adds the shimmer. I wish this was a 12-string, let me tell you that. It adds the shimmer, so especially if you're doing open chord land, especially on a G chord, you have those open strings, it's this beautiful ringing, and then wherever you place any chord, whether it's first position or bar chords, different voicings up here, you get kind of this surprise little extra octave flair, and it's just cool.
What I like about it is you get particularly on the low strings, which again in this case is B and E, you get that single note stuff, right? But then, so if you're kind of moving back and forth there, and then doing your chord strumming on top of it, you get the shimmer, but it's not kind of over the top, but it helps balance out the low tuning very, very well.
Yeah.
I remember when these first came out, it was before I was here. It was kind of like a year or two before I'd started at Alamo Music. And they were huge hits kind of immediately. It was adding something that a lot of guitarists didn't have in their arsenal. We sold a lot of them. And then, interestingly enough, our CEO wanted one and they had stopped making them.
Yeah.
And I was able to secure him one kind of, on a trade-in and thing. He still has that guitar.
What does he have?
So it was basically like an 800 series.
Yeah.
Because it was rosewood, spruce, 8-string baritone. It was one of the original ones.
I asked because our friend Mark Beavers, who watches the channel, he's a friend of ours, he came in and traded in 8-string baritone yesterday. There was a 316E, no C, Lutz Blackwood. Very cool guitar, and of course Zach ran straight to it. He's like, "Oh man, I love these."
Yeah, he does love them, and he hasn't seen this one yet. I'm sure he would love it.
Yeah, he'll freak out.
What's neat about it with this particular pairing is I think it's really, really cool. You're tuned down to B. There's a lot of rich low end there, right? Limba is kind of like the best mahogany. So there's a note fundamental aspect to it. And then Lutz is like a beefy spruce. It's a naturally occurring hybrid between Sitka spruce and I think Adirondack spruce. It's a really nice white hued creamy spruce. And when they had it on the 800 or the 700 series, I remember I did a comparison between a 700 and 800. The only difference was the top was Lutz on the 700, and there was a thickness to the low end that was really, really nice. So this is kind of a cool combination of tone woods for this particular style of instrument.
Let's listen.
Let's listen. So there you have it. It's the Catch 8-string baritone in Lutz and Black Limba. The Catch guitars are always cool. We've said it repeatedly. I'm going to keep saying it. They're custom tailors that a lot of times have things that aren't even on the custom sheet. And they're limited, and they're very, very special guitars. In this particular case, just take everything else away. An 8-string baritone is a very cool thing to have in your arsenal if you are wanting to have something that's unique and different. To me, it's the same thing as like a Terz guitar, a 12-string, baritones, these things where you can play along with somebody else and really kind of do a lot. I mentioned my Leo Kottke earlier, right? One of the things I like doing is playing with some other guitar players, and one of us is in standard tuning, and someone else has a capo on, and I'm playing along, and it's a guitar orchestra.
Yeah.
This gets you there. You know, this played by itself or with other instruments is really killer. And I've sold a lot of instruments, baritones over the years, to people who actually sing in a different register. But even if you're not a baritone singer, I've experienced this myself. Sometimes you want to play a song that's in a key that's outside of your natural singing register. Maybe you don't sing too low, but if you want to sing that particular song, you're capoing up at like the 5th fret. Going the other way is really, really cool. And I prefer it.
Such like a foundation for the vocal. It's really cool. Yeah.
So you should have this. And I said so. You can, you know, if there's any question from anybody else, say Chris and Cooper said. And so, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, this is very cool. I doubt we will see another one. If you like the 8-string baritone, luckily you do have an option in the lineup now that is all mahogany. But otherwise, if you were to spec this guitar out with that wood, which is not on the list, Limba is not readily available on the custom shop list.
Is GA 8-string baritone
GA
on the list?
8-string baritone's on the list. So if you convince Taylor to make this for you, which would be a long shot, it would be very hard for you to do that, and it'd also be much more expensive than the price that was set at the Catch event, which is $69.99. So it's a cool guitar. Very, very unique, a color that I've never seen that I really, really like. And yeah, aubergine, I think, is what it's called.
Chocolate burgundy?
Yeah.
Get some burgundy in your chocolate?
Yeah, you have to have like a nice Bordeaux with some dark chocolate, sea salt, camembert.
I always add Bordeaux to my brownies.
Yeah, and walnuts.
And walnuts.
Yeah, it's all coming together. Also, Limba, if you weren't aware, is sometimes called Carina. And if you think this is an expensive guitar, go look at a Carina Explorer.
Or V.
Yeah, which you wouldn't be caught dead playing in public. That's a steal, you know.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, good comparison with a vintage Gibson.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want more information about this guitar, you want to see our photography, you want to ponder it until it's gone, or actually just add to cart, you can go to our website, which is
alamomusic.com.
And there you can do all of those things. You can also chat with us, come in, call, do all of that stuff. You could be as happy as Manny, maybe. I don't know. He's pretty happy. But this might get you close to there. So definitely, if you want to check it out, go to our website or just visit us. And if you like Catch guitars, custom tailors, new releases, you should.
You want to subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on.
It's the bell icon.
Yeah, bell icon, and then you comment on the video because that tells other people that we're fun.
Let me tell you, it's beyond a trifecta. It's a quadfecta, okay? Which is a word because I just said it.
Quadge, dude.
And what you do is you subscribe and you like and you turn on notifications and you comment and then you share. You just click the arrow button and you send it to 175,000 of your closest friends.
That's 5. That's a
quinfecta.
That's quinfecta, dude.
So, you know.
Shout out to Quentin from Music Villa.
There you go. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Come back and we'll see you next time.